It is extremely rare that a developer releases a game and then once it's launched, adds something to that game that changes everything. However, in the case of Five Nights at Freddy's Security Breach, this game just got a brand new exclusive feature for Google Stadia that changes the game completely. So, let's talk about it.
Are you listening?
Welcome back to the Nerf Report, folks. In case you missed the news, Five Nights at Freddy's Security Breach received a brand new update which implemented Stadia's exclusive feature, Crowd Choice, to the game. Now, if you're not aware, Crowd Choice is Stadia's feature that allows live streamers to play games while the audience watching can impact their gameplay. With games like Dead by Daylight, where the audience can pick whether or not the streamer plays as the killer or the survivor. In Elemental War 2, the audience can choose the next elemental that the streamer has to face off against, and in Outcasters, your audience can impact your gameplay by choosing your power-up. However, in the case of Five Nights at Freddy's, Crowd Choice will allow the audience to vote on what path the streamer must go on next. For example, when at the crossroads of going to the prize counter or trying to go to the loading dock, the audience watching the live stream can now vote on and select what happens to the streamer next. Which is kind of radical in a way that, like, as a live streamer, you're giving up control and it adds a new level of difficulty to the game. But that being said, last night I tested out this feature firsthand, and for the most part it works as advertised. Instead of the game allowing me to choose my next move, a poll pops up in the live stream chat and allows the audience to vote on what happens next. Although as perfect as that was, I did run into a bug that made it so I couldn't resume gameplay once the poll closed.
So we're testing out the new Stadia feature, and it says hold X to exit out the poll. The poll is a super cool feature, but the problem is, I think I broke the game. The poll, I'm holding X, and it's not exiting. So then, okay, we'll try keyboard. So I think it's E. Hold E to exit the poll. Not working. All right.
And look, I'm sure this is just a glitch, but it's just too funny not to mention. The other thing that's definitely worth pointing out is that it took us nearly an hour to get to the first Crowd Choice poll, which if you're somebody who's watching and you're not aware, that definitely is a long time. And I'll be the first to admit, this was my first run through, so maybe someone more experienced could get to this point in like 30 minutes, but in my opinion, it's just a little too far into the game for the audience to be interacting with. But I will say, after playing this, my imagination went wild, and there's some really cool possibilities with this feature. Like, imagine if the audience could impact other parts of Five Nights at Freddy's Security Breach. You know, what if they could turn the lights off, drain your flashlight battery faster, or make sounds appear in-game to create a more terrifying experience? And after getting to experience this feature, I'm all in. And shout out to the team over at Steelwolf for adding this to the game. It's super cool, and if you're a streamer or a fan of Five Nights at Freddy's, which at this point, why wouldn't you be, I highly recommend you check this out. Hey, thanks again for checking out our channel. If you like what you saw and you want to see more content just like it, which who wouldn't, hit the subscribe button right there. And while you're down there, hit the like button. Maybe even consider becoming a Nerf Report best friend, just like the people listed down below did. In fact, don't you want to see your name there? I know I do.